then guys, today we're going to do what we always do when we come to the end of a unit, and we're going to go through those sample assessment materials based on what we've studied so far and have a go at answering them so that you guys know sort of what to expect within those exams and you can see the sort of style of answers that you should be giving. Okay, so looking here at component 2 section B, just like component 2 section A, you need to base your answers on what you've studied. So if you've studied Katy Perry in class, you'll be basing it on Katy Perry. If you've studied Pharrell, you'll be basing it on Pharrell. Okay, so you need to sort of read this section really carefully and obviously base it on what you've studied, even if you've seen some of those other videos before. Okay, so let's take it step by step then. Question 3, which is a long question, not the longest question in your exam, okay, but still pretty long. Music videos reinforce stereotypes of ethnicity. How far is this true of the 2 music videos that we've studied? Now, in this answer, we've got bullet points that we have to make sure we hit. So we need to make sure that we're talking about the representations in the 2 videos that we've studied. If we make it only about one, we're not going to get as many marks. We need to refer to context, social context, cultural context, and we need to give that sort of summary as to overall whether we agree or disagree. Now the mark scheme, again, fairly detailed, so we've got several bullet points that we can hit in each band, but as usual they use those same key terms so that you guys know how much you should be writing. A basic level of detail will get you basic marks, okay? And it's as simple as that, alright? If you're not writing enough in your exam, you're not going to get the marks. Having said that, it is fairly straightforward to get into those top bands, okay? So let's have a look and see how we do this. Well, first of all, what I'd do is I would colour code each of those bullet points so that when you're making a plan, and I would make a plan for this longer question, you know exactly what you're covering and how you're covering it within your response, okay? So in terms of that exploring the representations, in terms of Bad Blood and Uptown Funk, which is what we've looked at so far, Bad Blood goes against Taylor Swift's previous representations, so she's completely changed compared to, you know, sort of how she was before, whereas Uptown Funk sort of conforms to these stereotypes of the music genre. In Bad Blood, we've got a partnership with a rap artist, so this subverts the normal rap connotations, but also increases sort of Swift's marketability. In Uptown Funk, the cultures and race are also subverted in the video, which you'll see a little bit more of in my answer. We've also got multiple cultures and individuals who are represented in Bad Blood, but they all conform to the same representation as Swift. Whereas within Uptown Funk, we've got the settings that are also conforming to these stereotypes. Now, in terms of my answer, this is not my full answer, obviously, okay? This is just a paragraph to show you guys how to put it all in there, because to write an answer that's sort of 20 marks and to do it justice, it'd be really small on the screen for you guys to see, okay? I agree with the statement to an extent. So there we've got our sort of final bullet point that was in that question. One way in which videos reinforce ethnic stereotypes is through positioning of the characters that are used. For example, in Taylor Swift's Bad Blood video, stars such as Zendaya are designed to look the same as Swift. Swift even appears in the same shot as them. This makes them conform to the same representation as Swift, which some demographics could see as a way of homogenizing different ethnicities. However, this is not always the case. Bruno Mars emphasises his African American culture by appearing more like the dominant artist in Uptown Funk, despite this being a featured artist on the track. Now, if I had done my whole essay like this, if I'd done my whole answer like this, I think I certainly would have hit the marks for terminology. Ideally, I'd need to fit some theory in here. So if you guys could tell me a theory that you could fit into this paragraph, pop it in the comment section below. We've got a highly appropriate link to the set products, but I can't give a judgment as to whether or not I've hit that bottom bullet point because I'd need to do more of it. And I think what I'd do just to make sure that I'm safe within this answer is have a whole paragraph at the end that talks about my views and my opinions. And it's sort of up to you guys as to whether or not you think I've engaged fully. Obviously, we'd need to see a full answer in order to gauge that. But you can see how straightforward it is in a way to get into that top band just by making sure you cover everything in each of your paragraphs. Now for question 4, we've got to explain why websites are important to the music industry, focusing specifically on Katy Perry and Taylor Swift to support our response. Okay, so if you've studied Katy Perry, you talk about her. If you've studied Taylor Swift, you talk about her. Again, similar sort of mark scheme, less bullet points, but still using those key terms: minimal, basic, satisfactory, good, excellent, so that we know what we're aiming for. Okay, so one way in which websites are essential for musicians is that they provide convergent media and synergy links for the artists. Most artists feature iconic links to social media in order to promote themselves and increase the demographic. This offers the artist a way of communicate and interact with their demographic. For example, Taylor Swift includes a Connect with Taylor section that displays her social medias and encourages them to click through the links through the imperative connect. This helps to boost the music industry as it widens the appeal. Websites also include synergy links to merchandise from their tours, including tickets and apparel, such as the partnership Swift had with Netflix for her Reputation tour. All of the different media here help to increase the profits and income for the artist, which also helps to boost the music industry. Have I given excellent thorough use of the set product? Yeah, I think I have. Have I given highly appropriate terminology? Yes, I have. I could do another paragraph here though, okay, because I focused specifically on convergence and synergy, and there's a lot more that we could talk about on the website. Now I'm obviously referring to the representation website, the Reputation website, which I've annotated for you guys. I will be looking at her latest website, Lover, and picking that apart so we can go through these questions again, or you guys can go through these questions again with that new website in mind to answer them. Hopefully that was helpful. We got a few key terms here, so perhaps have a go at answering some of those questions yourselves and see how many of these key terms you can fit into them. If you do know of any theories that you can fit into my answers, pop them in the comments section below, or you can get in touch with me through Twitter at media_revision. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the button below and you'll get instant notifications every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys later for another video.